One, two, there we go. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Do you remember that I did a video, made a video in late January, early February of this year about South Africa's conscription, or not conscription, I beg your pardon, army intake not happening for the first time in many, many years. And at the time, I couldn't find a date for when intakes began, you know, how many years back. But I've since found it. Strangely enough, the communists have got it for us, have got the information, provide us with the date. South African History Online, Towards a People's History. So I stumbled across this thing and I'm so pleased. So this is a little bit of a follow-up video. Here we go, I'll show it to you. There you go. Military service becomes compulsory for white South African men, the 9th of June 1967. The Defence Amendment Bill, designed to make military service compulsory for white young men, was passed on the 9th of June 1967 with the support of the opposition. Conscription was instituted in South Africa in the form of 9 months of service for all white males between the ages of 17 and 65 years old. Conscripts became members of the SADF or the SAP. In 1972, it was increased from 9 months to 1 year, as well as 19 days of service annually for 5 years as part of the citizen force. And then it goes on to talk about, never mind so much, Namibia, 1977, increased again, this time to 2 years, and 30 days annually for 8 years. And they were lengthened in 1982 to 720 days in total. Over what period, I couldn't tell you. A minimum or a maximum of how many a year, I couldn't tell you. But there you get a brief rundown of the history of conscription in South Africa. Now, conscription and the intake that the South African National Defence Force, SANDF, of the new South Africa Rainbow Nation are not one and the same thing. Obviously, we don't have conscription any longer. However, this is the best reference date that I can get to the minimum period of intakes in one form or another, conscription or not conscription, into the SADF, or the South African military, let's say the SADF, SANDF. 1967, the 9th of June, the bill was passed, and presumably it kicked in 1968. It probably would have taken a little while for such a thing to come into effect, to be fully realized. What were we going to say? Right, so that is 68, so 78, 88, 98, 108, 118. Am I right? 68, 78, 88, 98, 108, 118. So for at least 52 years up to 2020, we had an intake, and we probably had an annual intake, a professional intake, a non-conscription intake prior to 1967. But still, it's nice to find out these facts and these figures and to know them, and to know that this year's failure by the SANDF to be able to have an intake is at least the first in 52 or 53 years. Quite a marvelous thing, and that's all I really wanted to share with you before the sun goes down and the glorious best part of the week starts. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. It's important. Once again, thank you very much. God bless you. Take good care of yourselves, and we'll speak again soon. Bye-bye.